Hello, everybody, and welcome to MW Comp ToC Week 2. We're here with Russian Jade Falcon and KDCM. I'm your host, System Belmont. With me today is Level. Say what's up, buddy.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Thought I had a stream issue, though, but we are good to go. They're sweet, fat, heavy stalkers ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Giving everybody a quick overlay on Jay-Z's stalker. It's an MRM 80 and SRM 16 and 5 small lasers. Light engine 2. The heavy mob. Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's super hot.
I see Kel's Danger Close Mercenary unit is bringing Giggity back in as he stripped one last bite from 228 last week in their match with the fighters. This should be interesting how this lives up.
I loved the spiders. I thought that was super clever. It reminded me of like a Wild Western shootout. Quick draw event.
Weird expecting fast spiders and getting slow.
Yeah, I think that threw everyone for a loop when they first saw it. Both sides are locked. We ready to launch?
Yeah, good to go. I didn't fix my. It is a 2-min delay on these matches. All the teams agreed to it being.
Yeah, most of these matches in this season have been quite short comparatively, so 2 minutes have been actually, I think, about the perfect balance of.
This is Command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Ishima Caves. The bane of anyone who ever played Solaris. And if you don't know this map really well, you will get lost.
Got about a minute before they find each other.
Looks like Slave is going for the high ground over his spawn, and Giggity is going on the hunt. Taking the far side of the map, going around the outside.
Yeah, taking the counter NASCAR.
Oh yeah. Looks like Slave Waver didn't see anything with his little perch, so now he's gonna. Looks like he assumes that he's going that direction. Oh. Giggity took that little hidden perch in the crystal cave.
They trying to get good angles.
Both are being super cautious. Slave Waver didn't see him over there and now thinks he's on the other side of the map. He's circling back. Giggity is not giving up his perch. Oh, Giggity just gave up his perch. He is now going forward across the center of the map. Very risky. Oh, Slave Waver might see him. He does. First shot's fired.
Good shots on both. Send up.
Oh. Oh, and the brawl starts. Slave Labor is way up on HP right now. That shot in Giggity's side.
But losing torso.
Slave Labor with the perfect alpha right into Giggity CT.
He's going legs. He was.
Oh!
Can anyone read?
GG! I did not see that. Well done, Giggity.
Smart move by him going where low armor is. Ish. After 329 damage, most of the legs.
Yeah. Slave Labor almost had 50% more damage overall, but Giggity with the focus. Well played.
Those are some sizable.
Alright, let's see what side he wants to start with.
Bring the full teams in.
First match will be Caustic Valley.
Or hot one. Yeah, this should be a good matchup to see where Kel's Danger close command show up in the Div A class. They beat Meme Watch last week, 228. We're kind of dicking around. Or were they?
Now, this will be interesting because everyone knows the center of that caldera is the hottest part of any map in the game, and both teams, especially if they have laser mechs like MPL, they will be skirting the outside instead of trying to fight there in the center. So it's going to be interesting because most teams might do a semi nap before they do a full engagement.
Taking T1 side in the first drop.
Oh,
Bastards. So yeah, again, this should be a good matchup to see how they stack up against Div A teams. Any range. And seeing where RJF stands against Div B, because there are some decent Div. Have undercover and crack inspectors, old SA373 at RJF IRE, and watch MJ12 who could eat Div A, SP especially to move next. He wants to be top dog.
just waiting on Slave to get back in lobby on Team 2. There he is.
Oh, I guess we got to give Kel's team 5 minutes. Bye now.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, as soon as you switch the team, give the team 1 5-minute countdown.
Can do. One thing I'm curious about is everyone going to do a bunch of laser vomit, or are they going to go for SRMs? SRMs might be have better sustained DPS on this map compared to MPLs. Wonder if we'll see any Jinners like an Oxide or even the Jinner 2C. You don't see those very much anymore.
So damn big. Or worth the firepower. I don't know, I think we'll see a good mixed deck here. A little range. Mid long range. I can't remember. They'll give RJF 5 mins.
Oh,
Staring at the drop 2 rule book, we got 4 lights and 1 medium. And on a drop like this, I bet you we'll see.
definitely probably see at least one Prana on each team. But thank God no lock-on weapons on this. This map is famous in faction play and quick play for being a lock-on mech's wet dream. A lot of places actually fight on this map though. RJF has 2 minutes. Looks like Team 1 is stacking Bravo with potentially the fastest. Oh, they're both going to be stacking Bravo.
We'll see how Brawly things get in this drop.
I love a good intense brawl.
Evelyn's. Lots of options with the lights. Ready to go. Just waiting for a lock signal from RJF.
And we're off. I wonder if either team's going to try to get an early cap, or if both teams will ignore it and try to kill each other before they go for the cap.
Well, like I said, if they were thinking about a long range game, I would rush Say to get it and just back off on the poke at it. Circle nicely.
That'd probably be a really good tactic. They'll need a lot of UAVs though. The enemy circle.
I'm staring at Russian Clan Jane Falcon right now. Let me tell you what they got. Piranha 3 from MK, Urban K9, Cyrus 4D, Wolfhound 2, and a Nova S. We've got on the Kel's Danger Close Prisoners.
We got a Bushwhacker X1, an Adder B, Mislinks B, Commando TDK, and a Wolfhound 1A. Looks like they're definitely going for a bunch of lasers. But
Russian bot pushing.
Seabiscuit's Bushwhacker, the X1, is big, ballistic, and laser. That's interesting. Couple little trades going on.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Lots of UAV. A low ground here, bit odd strategy. They ain't gonna be able to do any work for a while with that TDK. Oh, but no, they're rushing.
They're pushing. Looks like they're focusing the Wolfhound.
Slave labor, 51%.
Slave is legged.
Oh yeah, hit this with the slings with those machine
And he's
guns.
down.
Giggity going down too, though. White Eyes with that K9 from behind. Walking right beside him, too.
Stool Softener getting focused hard by Nick and the Osiris, and Stool's down. Palmashek also being focused super hard. He is on the retreat. Victus is in him, and he's down now. Piranha 3 is trying to take on Jay and Seabiscuit, the Bushwhacker, and the Commander. It looks like, oh, their whole team has him surrounded.
Want to get MK here to run out of the way. Don't want to lose Victus with machine guns. They trying to leg him too?
That's definitely what it looks like. Jay taking a huge alpha in the side. And Invictus goes down.
Not a good... Kel's just not on the winning end of this exchange.
Was that a team kill? War cries. This is definitely going to come down to, can they focus fire and kill that K9 before they lose the Bushwhacker?
He's still got that LB-20 right now.
Jay falling back. Oh, White Eyes. Good focus and kill. Jay going for the flank. Don't think he's going to pull this off, though.
That's the death knell now.
Either way, Jay's making sure he doesn't go down without a fight. And there you have it. RJF with the 5 kills. Now they just gotta go take the cap. Irby is leg though.
Yeah, I would say that was a almost even push on both sides. They received it well as Kel's pushed in well. It's that RJF took advantage. Brawl
Yeah,
better.
RJF. When Kel's pushed into RJF there, RJF formed a pretty good concave firing line and then kept falling back and let them push into them. At that point, they were able to surround a couple mechs. Definitely good coordination and focus fire on them.
Well, PPCs, snub-nosed PPC.
Theta is controlled by
It's
the
definitely
enemy.
an interesting choice, something I have not yet seen on this map. With this.
So you don't want to hit friendlies.
They've taken Epsilon.
If you're not willing to airstrike a friendly position, you're not willing to win.
That's what I like to hear.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
Nick Dreezy playing Ring Around the Rosie with Sigma now. He mustn't be enjoying himself. That Bushwhacker did seem, well, when the match is over, we'll see the final, but that seemed like a pretty strong choice. It got focused there about midway through that match. I would like to see it survived a bit longer. Could have probably turned things around.
I think Kel's was going legs. K9's legged. Nick's legs are yellow and open.
Yeah, it seems like both teams went hard legs on this, which is not surprising. Light mechs, it's just rule of thumb. Take out a leg, and then it loses its mobility.
Oh yeah, backer leg.
The enemy has capped enough resources. We've Failed.
GG's. Well played, both teams. Well played. Piranha 3 with the most damage on both teams. RJF, higher damage numbers overall. Slave Labor's Wolfhound died really fast. All right, time to switch teams and then switch the map.
Staring. Oh, Jesus, Nick. 87 team damage. Friend. Still winning. It's getting up there. So it's just some high numbers. Making a clean hundo.
Next map is Solaris City. Most of the community has a love-hate relationship with this
If they're grab.
one. Exactly. It's definitely a very interesting map. Even holds a few Easter eggs around it.
Take a quick look at the map. The right map on here. Add F moving Ron up to the D5 to Theta, sorry. Up to the Caldera while they're dropped, decided to move, go low ground. He had Hell's Commandos. Danger close outfit. Move in, hold Theta, and then drop down low ground. Like I said, it was an interesting place to interesting place to take the brawl, but when they didn't need, felt like they obviously thought they had advantage and run it. Those mechs, actually, well, no. Well, the Bushwhacker was definitely not in decent range of any.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised. I expected some sort of like NASCAR or even anti-NASCAR around Theta. RJF making a beeline straight forward near Abs to set up a firing position to intercept the push from KD. That that was that was super surprising. Uh, Not sure if they should have pushed them right away instead of capping Theta first. Uh, but either way, that was definitely a unique match.
Well, I know talking with Seabiscuit, Kel's Commandos are mercenaries, as they've always been with Seabiscuit. They've always done a lot of training, a lot of weird things, kind of what they do. Kind of like in the Div A with 228 Blackwatch. Blackwatch does things that are out of the ordinary as well. Sometimes it pans out for them. Whereas with Seabiscuit in Kel's, lots of things have panned out for them coming up. It's what teams don't expect. The way that they bring the fight to you, no one's ready for it. Worked out for them so far. Not yet in this match, but we got lots more.
Oh yeah, this could still go either way. 4 more drops to go.
Got 4 medium mechs and 1 heavy mech in drop 3.
That's a fast bushy. Both teams are locked.
Dish Soap is asking you to use your powers of persuasion to make memes out of the team.
All right, launching. Definitely curious to see how this fight is going to be around this. It will either be in the center or the road that surrounds that center courtyard. It's also a lot of elevation. There's those roads/ramps that you can get more of a mid-range, long-range mech on.
Out of a
The center cap theta is the where the fight's definitely going to be. Depending on, I have seen teams accidentally walk through the cap right at their spot, which will be funny if that accidentally happens.
I'm hoping not. Not at this level.
Command coming in. Capture and
Alright, well I'm staring at
proceed
Russian
towards
Clan
the
Jade
point.
Falcon again. We
Any
got
hostile
MK4 in the
heading
Assassin
away.
101, Vulcan 5T from the White, Nick in the Crab 20, Slave and the Bounty Hunter 2, Amashek.
For Kells, you got Black Knight. That's definitely going to be Laser Vomit. You got Taro 18, Dervish FR, Wolverine 6R, and Beagle A. This is definitely quite the setup. There,
Oh wait.
it is SRM Guitar. Kells,
Clan Jade Falcon. Looked like they were getting in sooner, but did not push center.
it looks like they're going for Overwatch control. Kells definitely, they stopped behind a building to make sure they were all in a tight group. They're definitely going to go in for a very hard push. RJF going to the way outside.
Super. Would not be a good place to be if had eyes on him. Marley putting that strike if they were being chased though.
Oh, RJF about to come in for the flank on their rear. It looks like Kells isn't sure where the enemy is at. They haven't taken Theta and they're just holding the ground. This could get real nasty real fast. First shots fired, they just realized that they've been ambushed.
Oh, not my Kentaro!
Taro's super tanky, but it needs to rotate out. It has a lot of firepower it needs to use. Kentaro brought down.
Yeah, you should have cycled out there. He could be going down too from behind from MK4. Holy crap.
Jay's Black Knight has been halved, and he is
down.
danger close.
There's still a lot going on here.
Kells is definitely surrounded. RJF is just now kiting them at this point, keeping them out of the optimal SRM range. Jay's Black Knight is down. There goes the Vapor Eagle. And it's just time to mop up that Dervish.
RJF handling.
At first, I had no idea what the idea was about going way on the outside, but now it made. Kells probably should have pushed the center once they saw that the enemy was nowhere around, or maybe at least had one mech scouting. That might have maybe like a something quicker, like a Vulcan or an. Because if they scouted that out sooner, RJF wouldn't have been able to take up firing positions all around them. That was still a good fight from both ends. GG's, guys.
Want to run through the damage numbers?
Wide Eyes, the Vulcan, did about 371. Slave Labor's Uziel, 442. 344 for the Assassin. The Bounty Hunter, only 240. Still decent numbers for as quickly as it got focused down. The Dervish FR, 416 damage, the most damage on Kel's team. Jay and Giggity both focused super hard, both double digits. Kitaro, if it rotated out, probably could have did more than 114. A lot of firepower on that mech.
Crazy to see a lot of them. What happened? I know I pushed away from Giggity. I didn't watch because I was like, oh, he's turned to look at the assassin. 7 damage. What the hell? Damage from Blurry Blues.
Next map is Frozen City, and not Frozen City Classic. Definitely going to be a long range map.
At the point difference, 21 to 8. F. Come to a good solid lead so far. Time though, big drops in here.
Still 3 to go. If KDCM can win these next drops, they might still be able to pull out a win.
Rat on that. So what did we have? Kel's on
Team 2, yes.
Ran up left side. Ran up the 4 line. Came in.
Yeah, they ran up the 4 line, and then this building right here they hid behind till they were hard grouped, and then like you just showed with the red line, that's exactly where they moved. Then, and the whole time they were holding there, RJF just spread out everywhere.
And that's where the brawl happened. I'm trying to remember. Because Giggity died right there. Oh, how? He like came back with the assassin and took him out, but everything else was happening here.
Yeah, I think an assassin, I believe it was the assassin, came up and SRM dive bombed him while he was trying to focus on mechs in the brawl.
Ain't good. It was weird that, I mean, like I said, they were ready to brawl. They weren't going to take Theta. Assassin was just too quick to chase. Interesting drop, so all not going well.
RJF proving why they are in Div 1 for sure. That was a beautiful play by them.
They're definitely doing a fine job of accepting the run.
Alright, Kells is fully locked. RJF is on their timer. Just waiting on them to lock and then we can roll. Now this Frozen City drop will be super interesting. I have seen mid-range pushes, lots of long-range trading. Where each team, if they're going to long-range trade each other, where they set up for their firing lines will be pretty important to the flow of this match. I have a feeling that the Theta will not be touched until after one team kills the entire enemy team, because it's right out in the open, and any mech that tries to go for it can get easily shot by 5 other mechs.
He's one of.
I'm expecting Viragos. The assault probably be a 5 ER large laser annihilator, maybe. Might even see Battlemaster instead. Who knows?
But you need that tank.
Oh yeah, especially if you have Virago, a little bit of a glass cannon. You definitely would want an Annie to take the damage for it. Virago has the longest range lasers of any mech in the game.
Just remind everybody, we'll be casting. What are we casting at? The 12 versus UKS. Almost right after when this.
Something like that. Both teams just locked. You ready to roll?
Yes, sir.
Launching. Team 1 stacking Alpha Lance with 1 in Bravo. RJF is stacking Bravo Lance with 2 in Charlie.
But again, I'm staring at Kells for once. I got Vicus and Onion DA, Linebacker Prime, Broader 2CS, Onion V, and a Black Knight 7. Interesting. Not going super heavy on this. What do you got on the Russian G?
I got a linebacker, Virago, Sunspider Hero, Summoner F, and Annihilator 2A. That Annihilator definitely will be AC2s. Linebacker H, that might be Peeps. Virago definitely 4 ER larges.
RJF staying on the Mars. Give him a Kappa side. Old Frozen City. They are coming over.
Yeah, they are crossing to Kel's side. It looks like they're going to try to get him from 2 angles.
Axes. Nick moving in pretty damn close. Look at any of the mech shit. This looks like a brawling center. Onion 2. Onion V is Very brawly.
Yeah, Kells definitely went for a brawl. It looks like Nick Dreezy in the linebacker H is going to try to kite, because it looks like RJF's team is going back to the other side of the map to keep them at range for as long as possible. Palshmik is out in the open. Question is, does Kells realize that he's all alone and that's an easy kill?
Mashek's about to have a bad day. Drop strikes here. And Jane, 66, 62% now. Giggity in a bad place, too. Mashek's just getting eaten.
Oh, I think Palmashek might have just been bait. He's dropping down, and Kells is being just hammered from all directions.
Yeah, Jane Giggity in bad. You're like just getting murdered on the way out.
There goes Palmashek. One mech for 4 half mechs might have been the best trade all day.
Nick a bit hurt, but he's getting out of there.
Uh, the Dreadnought's linebacker prime might have more speed on. Yeah, he's definitely gonna go for the kill. He got Nick, legged him. Is he going to finish him?
Head taken. Some of these kills are just in such bad shape. Look at these. 47, 55, 60, 50, all red.
And airstrike dropped right on top of them. This is gonna get painful.
Smoke to Giggity to bring him down to 47%. Nick is still in good shape, though. He's got a lot of firepower on that Indian.
He might just take on that Sun Spider if they keep it in a 1v1. Giggity goes down. Jane Dreadnought at 36 and 47%. RJF down to just the Hellbringer. Whoa,
Wow.
this turned around super fast. Did they just pull out a win after being down 2 mech? I think they did.
Oh man. What happened?
Well played by Kells. That looked like it was definitely going in RJF's favor, but as soon as Kells got right into their face, the heat cap on those trading mechs started to work against them, and then they just fell apart because they could not keep the DPS up or keep firing. Very risky, but I mean, it worked out in the end. Well done.
Nice damage him. .40 team damage for School Softener, but yeah, big damage numbers. RJF. KDCM Parasketic. 577 damage. 560 save. Victus with 540. The rest of the team making a nice 370, 320, 410. How about Cake?
Oh yeah, I see a lot of mechs on both teams that have just one team. That usually means that bumping some paint, running into each other. I didn't see RJF do that at the beginning. That must have happened when Kells dived on them there near the end.
Can't believe they max a lot. Man. That's the way she goes.
That
That's
was
a good
definitely an upset.
And fast, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I expected a drawn out trade war. That definitely was not.
Not this time.
Next best Mining Collective. Everyone's favorite. Well, I think Canyon technically is.
My favorite.
A lot of verticality on this map. A lot of places you can get mechs with a lot of jump jets everywhere. But this is the all assault drop. So it'd be interesting if we end up seeing an assault with all the jump jets getting up in a high place for Overwatch scouting and flanking. Um, each side will get one light mech. This might come down to, depending on which team, they could nab an early cap, then set up a firing line, and then just wait for anyone to try to go for the cap, and then they can from both spawns. There's little platforms where you can get a bit of Overwatch over Theta and pressure any mech that gets on it. Cal's famous for the pushes. They might end up just pushing down the side ramps and pushing right into RJF. But this will definitely be interesting.
Yeah, we got 24-18 point lead for RJF, so Kel's coming up hard quick last match. Let's take a quick look at that map strat. Let's talk about that one. That was an interesting play. Had Kells who looked like they were going to their linebacker to get Theta or to get Overwatch on the E4 F5 area. The rest of them going into the city, where RJF decided to push up guys on these ledges, eyeballing them on the map as they tried to rush and then bait them all the way through.
Oh yeah, they did, and it looked like it was definitely going to work, because by the time Kells reached G6, half of them were in the red. I thought that for sure it was RJF's to win, but when you have long range trade mechs, you forget that usually they have stripped legs for extra heat sinks, and since they're boating a lot of heavy long range hot weapons, they don't have the heat to manage even a mid range trade very well. Uh, Cal's definitely used that to their advantage when they pushed them in Fox 5, and it just the whole thing just flipped into Kel's favor, and then they just dunked it there at the end.
Good brawl from them, working it. We're doing it the right way.
Both teams are locked.
Oh. Rock and roll.
Definitely excited about this map. In past comp season, we've always seen some really interesting strategies played on this map. We've seen outside pushes, center pushes. We've seen kiting, where you kite the enemy back to your base. And we've seen people taking a lot of mechs with a lot of jump jets, taking the high ground on all the buildings where mechs without arm weapons can't touch them. All kinds of crazy stuff. So this match will be super interesting.
Hate playing AM. It sucks. Right, I got Kel's Danger dropping on me. Got Stool Softener into Victor 981, Invictus in the Banshee 3S. Jay in the Assault D. Atlas D. And King Crab. Last guy. Javelin, 11A for Seabiscuit. What do you got in the Russian clan?
White Eyes with a Sleipnir, Terrorist KD, Annihilator 1A, Mike, K9 Irby, Slave Labor and a Fafnir 5, Nick Dreezy and a Mad Cat 2B. They are definitely going for all the weapons, all the ballistics. They have taken every ballistic from every unit, and they are dropping it in this drop.
So excited.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
That Fafnir is not dual heavy Gauss. It looks like it's Daka. Don't see those very often. Oh, that K9 getting an early scout on where the enemy team is, and he's starting to harass the Banshee. Javelin doing a little pop-tarting there from the center. Cal's definitely took an early cap lead. The Victor, it looks like he's keeping Overwatch over the center.
Might have a rough time here. Oh, Invictus putting a full volley in his back.
Oh,
Beautiful strike, too. And then 76% now.
RJF looks like they could try and have a firing line, but it is looking a little more like a Congo line at the.
Down. Terrace in bad shape. Yeah, he's going down.
4 on. Cal's much more damage. Cal's had to push a lot of open ground for their mid to close range mechs, and it looks like it did not pay off. RJF, that early scout, seeing that Cal's went hard, they hung back by the ramp to their spawn and just created a firing line and just intercepted it. K9 and Javelin are dueling at the center. Let's see if Seabiscuit can take him out. Oh no, he just got legged. Looking at the damage numbers, it looks like they did good. Kells did do good focus on that Annihilator. But looking at the other assault mechs, it looks like after the Annihilator went down, they did not keep their focus fire.
Oh.
Sleipnir have.
If you scratch White Eye as Sleipnir, it's going down.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Flick it with your CT at red.
Kells did have the cap. Maybe they should have pulled back. Make RJF push onto them.
We have gained Epsilon.
Oh, they brought the right mechs for this.
With the spawn they had, they could have done Overwatch over that platform by their spawn, because their team side, there's very few buildings protecting anyone who goes to Theta. Looks like if you are Team 2 on this map, it'd probably be better to intercept a push instead of trying to.
Point Sigma. We have Gamma. We've gathered enough resources. This triumph will.
Javelin 11A, was that 7 medium laser?
Lobby stats. Sleipnir, White Eye has a 776 damage, top damage in that match. They doing 493 in that Assault D on the L side. 356 giggity. High damage number on the RJF side. They had the guys spread out just enough or spread out at the right time where they could start putting fire down. And some of the Kells guys, when they were walking down the ramp, got stuck, not being able to fire. Definitely hurt.
Yeah. Is Invictus MVP for team damage? He got 24 more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, RJF getting back to another 14. Getting up there. Definitely.
I don't think Kells can win this match at this point, but I think they can go for point just for the end of the season.
Yeah. Better the numbers on this one. But still doing a fine job against it. Hats off to them.
Oh yeah.
Snapshot real quick, is this and as we could see, Kells moved in up top, had the big mechs in waiting. RJF had the guys down. Wait, come on.
Yeah. No, you're right. Kells was team 2, RJF was team 1. That's exactly it. Then their light mech was right here. He got that early scout and caught exactly what the enemy's builds were. So RJF, they were going forward at that time. As soon as this Irby got the scout, they completely held position to hold range.
Yeah, Kells pushing through that ramp, just with no room to shoot. And the two front mechs are just getting mapped. Fight the K9 from the level.
Yeah, those choke points at the top and bottom of Theta on the Echo 4 line, you can only get about 2 assaults side by side, and you cannot rotate at all until after you get past that choke point into Echo 4, because if they stop, then it just causes a traffic jam and they die anyways. It's a very risky move to try to push through that 400-meter gauntlet.
It is definitely the bad side to, at least on the pushing from the RJF over from Theta, all the spots you could drop down from heading the other way. You're on the ramps, that's it. Simple. Either side. Out as well. Should have brought the Lerms. Okay.
That's true. But don't give anyone ideas.
Hibernal Rift.
Yeah. Canyon with a new coat of paint. And a crash ship in one of the canyons.
That's right. I love this new map.
Yep. And I agree with you. The brightness, it can make it hard to see a mech at even like 800 meters. Unless you have your settings set in a good way. This will be interesting. Around Theta's a bit open. It'd be curious to see how which team goes for the cap first.
Damn, Honor Wolf. His flank starts with F, so does failure. All right, what are you looking at?
For RJF, I got Annihilator 2A, Urban K9, Summoner C, Sleipnir, and a Vapor Eagle 2. For Kells, we got a Javelin, a Mad Cat Deathstrike, Night Gear H, Annihilator 2A, and a Blackjack 3. Those Annies are definitely going to be AC2 traders. I think that blackjack is going to be
Resource
Peeps.
point Beta is ours.
Sleipnir is probably going to be UAC 5s. The Irby already took a major hit. He's already down 10%.
That hit. Just get taken the cap, just peek in the corner there. A little bit more terrain here to block and bend you from enemy. Looking like they want to push the Epsilon.
Yeah, it looks like they're working on setting a fire line, but Kells is looking to do is setting up. It looks like they're setting up for a push to push into the Epsilon side. Their whole team is slowly moving that way.
Strike, I think, hit Jay and Giggity just for.
RJF's Annihilator is in a rough position. None of its. Oh, I think only its top two AC2s could shoot over that.
Elves are in a good.
Summoner fell down to the low ground. Slave Labor taking a couple hard hits. Stool Softener Invictus 2v1ing Slave Labor every time he peeks. That is going to be dangerous unless the Annihilator 2A can get in there, which he is now.
White Eye is in that summoner. Yellow CT.
Oh, Nick Dreezy looks like he's a little bit out of position too far. White Eye is pushing forward too, leaving the two assaults on their own.
I mean, the assaults are going after him. But
Dreezy goes down. Took an alpha from the Death Strike. Giggity's Death Strike is almost dead. Jay's Annihilator is also. Slave Aver takes out Giggity. Giggity did not pay attention to his right.
oh yeah, Jay's about to go down here too. Got a cover.
Down goes Jay. Invictus really damaged. Russian Jade Falcon sharing the armor beautifully. All four of their mechs are in the orange. And Invictus goes down.
Kells just did not hold that firing line enough to Russian Jade. $48, $35, 65% on the side.
They shared armor really well.
Might be able to get.
If he gets that Irby, he might. Oh, he's switching focus to the Sleipnir. Oh, he's trying to take out the Annie. Kells really needs those points.
Got it.
And there it is. Overall, that was a pretty decent match.
Good job by RJF there. Kel's doing a good start, just not making it through the mid game. Softener there, get the Annihilator out so they can kill get another Div A guys.
Kells took the early cap lead, and they're almost. It takes if the enemy takes the cap, it takes about 5 minutes for 150 points ish. So if Kells kept that blackjack or one mech alive and disengaged once they realized that that they've
Beta
lost
is controlled
if the
by
blackjack
enemy.
could have stayed alive for 2 or 3 more minutes,
They've taken
they
Epsilon.
might have actually won on cap on this one.
They have resource point Gamma.
This is definitely going to be a high damage game. Both teams just wailed on each other super hard. Russian Jade Falcon, all their mechs are in the red. Well, except slave labor is in the orange almost.
Got open torso, white eye, CT.
White Eyes is a dual UAC 10 summoner. That seemed like a really good choice for
Enemy
the
forces
pop
have
charting
Sigma.
allowed it to
Kappa is
harass
under enemy control.
enemy mechs without taking too much receiving fire, especially like for the AC2 Annie. AC2 Annie, amazing long range DPS. Unfortunately, its biggest weakness is pop chart mechs.
CT6.
Pretty high scoring game all around. Looks like RJF pulled the win out of this match, but either way, those were some really good. And the plays seen by both teams, definitely interesting and amazing to watch. Definitely, it was a good cast.
Giggity being the drunkest with 104 total drinks managed, ruining his damage on the Kel side. Instructions on.
Giggity might have just overtook Invictus for most team damage this match with that 104.
Single numbers first. I've seen so.
Question is, did he do it by airstrike or did he just alpha one of his teammates in the butt?
I think that was.
Kells was the Div B team for Div A in this one.
Yes.
They put up a pretty decent fight for fighting a team a whole division ahead of them. They did a lot better than when I had to fight a Div A team last week. I think I only managed 10 points.
44 to 20. Fine job.
Absolutely.
And getting one full drop win.
Yeah, you can't be mad about a loss like that. It could have been so much worse. Cal's fighting to the bitter end. Well done.
Oh, Seabiscuit's already ready for an interview. I will do a quick interview.
We're gonna get both team captains.
Yeah, we're both team captains.
He lies.
Hi, my name is Slave Labor, and welcome to Russia.
What's up, Jay?
What's up, guys? Is he gonna get on? I've never met him.
I think
Slave
I've heard
says
his
it's
voice
late.
once.
Slave, I love you.
All right, Jay, you gotta be slave for this interview.
Am I run? If I do a Russian accent, it'll just come off as racist.
Well, we thought you guys did a pretty good job against Russian Jade Falcon drops.
Listen,
Yeah, we did win a drop against the Div A team.
Yes, you guys did. That was beautiful. We thought for sure you guys were just getting slaughtered as you guys pushed in, but once you guys got most of your mechs alive into their firing line, they just did not have the heat to keep fighting you anymore. It looks like.
Yeah, that last game, every enemy mech was like in the red. I didn't realize at the end of the game.
Biscuit, don't pretend.
I'm not.
Yeah, we're here to brawl. If JGX was on the schedule, we'd have done the same thing, and we'd have pushed into the line of ultraviolets. This is we're just gonna keep churning these boys out and see if anyone's gonna stand up to it. RJF sure as hell did. Kicked our asses on the mining game, but we don't. We took the S key off our keyboard, man. It doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a ballsy move to do that push through there. So I think you got the biggest cojones in the league right now.
Well, leave only next to you, baby.
Yeah, because you guys take cap lead and then go.
System,
Yeah.
we're pushing an agenda here, man.
Hey, if we don't win all the way, we're not winning, right?
True, you know I'm on a schedule.
Hey, man. Okay, listen. All that matters is that the numbers of KDCM double after this, so we could have 12-on-12 faction. And if you like pushing headfirst into mechs, but clearly, this is for you, bud. We're going to run the same thing on every map forever. And if anybody is surprised by us bringing Brawl, well, then they should seek help.
Good to see, because I like casting it, so.
I love you.
We do have one little mystery you guys got to solve. Giggity, did he alpha one of his teammates in the butt, or did he drop an airstrike on you guys?
He airstriked us, I think, in drop 5.
Listen, Gig has our best intentions in mind. He knew that was going south, and he did what he could to take the kills away from RJF. Now, whether it's counted on the score or not, Gig did not want those Russians getting. He's a true American. And, when he runs for that Senate seat, listen, November 3rd.
Hey,
guys,
I'll remember it. I'll remember it.
Look on the ballot. Giggity. G-goo.
He's now 2-0 in the 1v1s as well against Div A team.
Yeah. Giggity's our ringer.
So starting strong, yeah.
He's not. He's the worst out of all of us. We just play him for the memes.
Yeah.
Gotta get him better, right?
Wait, Giggity
Yeah.
2-0
Yeah.
against Div A?
He
Yeah.
beat one last bite as well.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, Blackwater.
That fight lasted 5
Big
seconds,
team,
I think.
Well,
They're Div B right now, but I don't think they're a Div B team.
Well, yeah, you beat them before they brought Panic in. They're getting sleazier.
I'm gonna speak on Panic Button's behalf. KDCM is better than 228. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Panic. I really don't.
Well, everybody did more than 12 damage, so that's good.
No. Gig
Someone
did,
did 11.
Gig did 11 on the meeting.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Nice.
Giggity is the biggest loser.
Yeah, that was an awful drop for you guys. What happened in that one?
Well, our S keys are not on the keyboard. And so we can't stop and turn around. We have to do these wide banking turns because you're not able to, stop, turn around, place your feet. I see a lot of comp players do that, but it turns me off.
You lean lazily.
It's not so much a lean as it is. Did you ever watch Initial D?
I did, yes.
Yeah, so we're just gonna drift into those turns. No, stop.
Yeah.
Listen, if one of our mechs stop, we have policy in the unit, you kill them. And that's it. Gig saw one of us stopping on that hibernal game, and he knew that because we stopped, we would die by the Russians. So he went to take us out with that strike. It was a shame he didn't have more.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Leaf. Thanks for having us. If slave labor was here, I'm sure it'd be a lot more polite. I'd like to compliment them on everything they did. They did really well. Without him here, nothing's keeping Biscuit and I in check.
Oh,
Yeah,
Solaris City, RJF, like how they maneuvered and stuff. Oh, it was actually quite spectacular.
Oh, dude, we could see it while it's happening. We're dumb, but we're not that dumb. It looked really bad. If you think it looked bad from up above, wait until you're pushing the Marauder and then there's a Vulcan and an Assassin behind you.
I was gonna get immersive on that one, but didn't want to let everybody watch the Kentaro die. Bad enough from my view.
That was a fun one.
Rip Dread.
Rip Dread. That's the only time. Just keep in mind, this is all respect to RJF. The only time you'll ever see a Kentaro get killed CT. Holy crap! They blew through all his frontal CT armor, and that thing had like.
Did he have the Rocket 10 in the CT?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so they blew through all that CT
That's-
armor plus the 20% damage reduction?
Listen, you will not see a better display of focus fire in competitive play than killing a Kentaro CT, and it's such a slim hitbox.
Yeah, I think he got to alpha like twice.
Yeah, that's about all he got to alpha, because the damage he did was only like 100.
But yeah, because we're now going to play faction as per tradition at 4:18 p.m. Eastern. RJF, if any of you are watching this, excellent games, great piloting. I hope you beat whatever Div B team you have to fight later on. A lot worse than you beat.
Yeah, we do hope so. I think we got what, like 23 points that game or that match. So that's I think that's fair. Put this in like the 60s or 70s.
I'll take it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us.
All right, Belmont, leave. I love you guys. You should get married.
Oh, you know Giggity already has my heart.
I thought I had your heart.
You have another part of me.
Get out of here, leave.
All right, so
Oh, all right. This is the MWO Leagues 1. So don't watch the language, leave.
yeah, and don't forget, guys. For people watching, there's another match starting in I think it's like 10 minutes. So
I thought you were gonna say join KDCM.
No, it's MJ12 versus Undercover Cracked Inspectors.
Smoke adders.
They have a lot of crack.
That's gonna be a good match.
Join KDCM, boys.
No.
So yeah, good win for RJF. Kel's doing a great job on the Div B side against the Div A team, so hands off to them. Or we didn't have slave labor in here. So Level, thanks for joining me on this one. I'm going to shut down the stream, grab a beverage, and come set up for the next one. 10 minutes. So everybody stick around. We'll be right back on here.